everybody, to a brand new episode of All Gas, No Trash. My name's Josh. I'm here today with good buddy host Adam.
Yes, hello, greetings, salutations.
And today we're going to be talking a little bit of conspiracy action in the music industry.
Oh, yeah.
And we're going to be talking about the Marias.
Indeed.
But before we get into that, if you want to follow us, go to Game Rage Magazine on Instagram and TikTok. Also, Game Rage Mag on YouTube or Twitter. Follow Adam in this show at All Gas No Trash Official. And you can also follow him on Instagram and YouTube at that one. Substack.com/@ All Gas No Trash Official. All right, now.
Imagine whose nuts you had to squeeze to get a falsetto like that. It's a girl or is it a boy?
No, that's a lady.
You sure it wasn't a guy that got his nuts squeezed to sing
No,
that
it said
high?
in the thing that was a lady.
Actually, you get castrated for that shit, so you don't hit puberty, and you could sing.
Yeah, they do
those high
that. But I
notes.
mean, isn't that technically a lady? If you don't have any nuts, you're a lady then.
Oh, I don't know how that works.
Well, I mean, shit, you could have nuts and then say you're a lady, so maybe that was a lady. I don't know.
Oh, I don't know.
Anyways, so what's your conspiracy theory?
All right, so we got into this a little bit in the past week where we were looking into why and I didn't even get the answer that I wanted, but we'll talk about that in another episode. But this is specifically pertinent to what happened last week, where we were looking into the individuals, the founders of Makeout Music, correct?
Oh, yes, I recall. Yes.
So as you may have heard, there was 3 individuals, and I'll go over each of them.
Yeah.
And what led me to go down a rabbit hole. And this really speaks to how small the music industry is.
And I don't think that's a good thing.
You don't think it's a good thing?
No, how small? No, I don't think that these inbred fucking connections, it's not a good thing. It does not promote outside best talent getting fucking taken and seen, right?
I think you are correct. I think the 1%, the way you get to the 1% is because you were born into the 1% and you stay in the 1%.
Right.
Therefore, I'll get to it.
Yeah,
so, the 3 co-founders of Makeout Music are a guy named Jeffrey Bywater, who at one point had served numerous music roles, among them being an A&R scout or A&R person, artist and repertoire. And this was, I think, during the years that the Marias became part, or rather they had been part of Atlantic Records, but their first debut album was in 2021, I believe.
All right.
If I'm not mistaken. 2021, 2022, if I'm not mistaken. So this is relevant because when I looked into Tim Chin and I saw who he had worked for in the past, one being one role that he had served as an assistant for this guy named Lionel Conway. And Lionel Conway is the father of Josh Conway of the Marias. So he's the co-writer, one of the founding members of the Marias, the romantic partner of Maria Zardoya. So Tim Chin served under Lionel Conway, who is the executive, one of the executives of Mothership Publishing. So publishing is like anything that has to do with television syncs and all that shit, radio play, I imagine. So it makes me wonder if these 2 dudes ever interacted at all, because knowing that the record label is taking care of the music and the promotion of all that shit, the promotion of the album, they need to converse probably with Mothership Publishing to get all their shit in order, right? In tandem.
Yeah, right. Okay.
So Tim Chin being the assistant of Lionel Conway maybe spoke. That's where I'm thinking Jeffrey Bywater These two guys
Yeah.
met and co-founded Make Out Music. Potentially, I'm not sure. But the main thing that I was getting at was that the music industry is so small that I came to the conclusion, not having known who Josh Conway's father was, I just heard in the past that his father was somebody in the music industry, somebody like of importance, right?
Yeah.
So when I saw the name Lionel Conway, I thought, what are the fucking odds that this dude is the person that is the father of Josh Conway? I look him up, I find him on Instagram. Lo and behold, there's numerous pictures of him and the Marias. Their PRO, their performance rights organization, I think that's the acronym, BMI. They had received an award, and of course, the Maria Zardoya and Josh Conway and Lionel Conway all taking photos, getting an award from BMI and all this shit. I'm like, man, it just solidifies that the Marias are bona fide fucking music industry plants. And I'm not going to take away the fact that what they do creatively is, I mean, that's all Maria, right? Like she's pretty intelligent about how she presents the project. But there was a less than zero chance this project was gonna fail because of the fact that this dude has his father to basically be an invisible hand to make sure this thing doesn't fucking fail and be successful in the music industry. And then of course I see within the profile of Lionel Conway that the Marias played with Billie Eilish, which I'm sure he probably had a hand in making sure that they start moving up the ladder and play with major artists like Billie Eilish so that they get to be in a broader audience and make more fucking money and all that shit. So yeah, it just to me further solidifies that there are bands that are more fortunate than others or have more privileges than others. And the Marias had a non-zero chance of fucking failing. What do you got to say about that?
I mean, it's just another example of like, okay, all right, they're really not, are they that great? Are they that good? Maybe they're all right, but what would the likelihood be of them getting to the position they're at now if that wasn't available as an option, that helping hand or whatever you want to call it? Because listen, man, that's what happened. Like, there were connections that were made. There were special preference given where maybe someone like, I don't know about them. Or even at the very least, having the ability to polish the shit before, having an insider in the industry be able to help you polish your shit before you go before, I don't know what it's called when like you do like a showcase or whatever, right? But you're basically going in front of like a board and you're going to present your product and then they're going to decide whether or not you come or go, right? That's how it's going to be. Yeah. There you go. So to be able to have someone help you polish it enough and just at least hit the notes that they're going to want, like the things that they're going to want to see. Oh, your music videos, or whatever you're making, like, oh, you're in like, high-end cars or you're whatever the fucking case may be, right?
Yeah, it's just the presentation of the fucking project itself from the get-go looked like it was polished from the fucking beginning. That, like, as you were saying, the backgrounds, the scenes that they had for music videos, luxurious cars, luxurious homes. Even if you could afford that as just a regular person, just to rent, I mean, dude, it cost a fucking heap, but they must know somebody that has access to that if it's not just their home to begin with.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, there's these guys. A good example of that is I forget what their names are, but these dickheads on Instagram and they're on YouTube, I think, too. They're like some small like country artist or whatever. And they literally are giving this air that they're like these poor blue collar guys, but they're doing this fucking song in the back of a fucking F-150 Raptor. And it's like a brand new one. And I'm like, dude, that's a $90,000 fucking truck. Like, you're not a poor, salt of the earth redneck talking about. And the song is literally about the lyrics that they're hitting are specifically about how this girl that the one guy is going after is like, she's a silver spoon, like rich girl, and he's this poor salt of the earth fucking guy or whatever. And again, they're doing the music video in the back of an F-150 Raptor. Like, get the fuck out of here, all right? Like, but that I'm sure the music industry loves that shit. I'm sure that's like the presentation that they're looking for, is that type of shit. Even though to someone who's paying attention, well, now you've just broken the fourth wall. You've broken kayfabe, as they say. And now I don't believe your gimmick now. I know you're not a fucking poor asshole because you're rolling around in a goddamn F-150 Raptor. You're rolling around in a $90,000 to $120,000 fucking truck.
Yeah, and in the case of the Marias, man, the fact that and I don't even know necessarily if the way they've been presenting their projects, because they changed the aspect ratio of their music videos from, you know, like a CRT television that's 4:3, or they recorded a music video that was done in 8mm, so it looks like the Wonder Years opening, and I'm just like, who the fuck has a camera like that? Or did you? I'm more inclined to believe that this wasn't done in After Effects, like to simulate that
8mm film camera.
They actually had that, and they converted it. And they had another music video that was a 35mm one, which is like the pen. If I'm wrong about that, I apologize, but it was a panoramic aspect ratio. I'm like, dude, where the fuck are they getting these fucking cameras where they can record a music video where you got like this really wide, this whole fucking scenic aspect ratio, unless it's done through Adobe After. It's not done through. I know they use the goddamn cameras, like the proper cameras that record that type of film. I don't think they did this in After Effects I just don't believe it, or Premiere. Sorry.
Yeah, and you're probably right. Because again, they have access to stuff that we don't have access to, or whatever, or anyone has access to that would be of our caliber, our like level.
Yeah.
And it's the same thing that goes for these fucking assholes with podcasts that are fucking rich people, or these, you know, it's like, oh yeah, let's just start a podcast or whatever. And it's like, yeah, you guys are stupid and kind of terrible, but because you've got money, you can present it to be like this presentable fucking thing where, I mean, we ain't got none of that. I mean, yeah, sure, our stuff I think is better than most that's out there, but we just don't have the time nor the fucking money to put it in this like presentable way that would probably attract more people to come watch it.
Or pay somebody else to do it.
Yeah, that's mainly what they're doing, is paying a fucking, you know, a Jamie to fucking do it, right? Like that's what they're doing. And we don't got that kind of fucking. We don't got a guy that can do that for free, and we don't got a guy that we could pay. So
yeah, so I mean, it might be the case that it wasn't just handed over, that this dude could get that Mothership Publishing would be his publisher ultimately. Maybe he did have to earn his stripes to even get on the roster, because like the other half of Mothership Publishing is fucking Brett Gurewitz, who was part of Bad Religion and is one of the founders of fucking Epitaph Records. So I don't think it was just, we get to be on this because my dad's fucking an executive here. He's a founder or whatever, but
could be though. It could be.
It could be, but at the same token, you kind of also need to justify your music being valuable enough that people want to have it sync on television, played on radio, or things like that.
Here's the other thing though. If you want it synced on television, also that shit costs money, right? So if you got something that maybe nobody wants, you say, hey, well, let's just put it on TV for free. We'll let you license this for no money.
Yeah.
So I mean, that's how those deals can happen, where it's like a nepotism act, essentially, or whatever you want to call it, that has a connection in. Yeah, maybe they're okay, but like not good enough to really go like on all this stuff. Oh well, they can get put on that stuff if they just say, fuck, let's just get them on there for free, and then that attracts others to go, oh well, they were on this, so like, oh, we want to get that, and then they go, yeah, cool, you called us, so now it's fucking whatever the price is to license it. So that could happen.
That's true.
So I don't know. Who knows? You could be right. We won't know. We'll never know if it was something where they had to like legitimately earn their spot and prove that they could do this, or if it was kind of just like, you know what, I want to get my kids banned in this fucking, shit. Can you guys hook us up? Like,
and whatever the case might be, it still doesn't change the fact that they also had a leg up above everybody else to begin with.
Right.
So
essentially being rich kids.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, and it sucks because, as we were saying before, to be in the 1% as an artist, man, like you either have to be the fucking best of the best, starting from the ground up and building your audience and getting to being the best of the best, or you're in the club.
Yeah, you just have to have money.
You grandfathered in because you knew somebody or you already had money to begin with, and here we are spelling out exactly what it is, dude, or spilling the beans that the Marias, in my opinion, aren't as good as a lot of people make them out to be, and they've been afforded a luxury that most bands don't have, and it's the fact that they have somebody else in their corner, a family member that is to some degree like well known in the music industry,
influential to say the least, right? So having that influence on your side is always going to help.
Yeah,
it's always going to be assistance. It's never going to be a negative. That's not something that influence is going to turn into. Sure, maybe one day when your juice runs out, okay, yeah, maybe then that's when you go away. But look at all the money you made in the meantime because of the juice. So I don't know. It sucks because again, it is frustrating for people, and there's people that are going to listen to this that are going to say, no, you just work hard and you just do and you prove. No, that's not true. That's not true. That does not mean you're gonna make it. Because again, you might get passed over just because this guy wants them to be there. And so you're gonna get passed over.
Or just because somebody knows somebody.
Right. And you get passed over because it's something like that. And someone gets a job, and it happens in every industry. It's not just music. I don't. Yeah, it's in every industry. It's everything. You get passed over just because somebody knows somebody, or it's somebody's kid, and you were next in line to get your shot, and then all of a sudden, oh, sorry, now this guy's here. So it's bullshit. I've seen it happen in the industries that I've been in all the time. And it sucks. And the shit was like, oh, this definitely wasn't the best person for this. Like, oh, I should have been the one that had this. And it's not even a matter of egotism or a matter of like, I don't know what the word is. Like, oh, I just think I deserve things that I don't deserve. Like, no, like it's oh, this was clearly your dad is so-and-so. And so that's why you're getting this leg up now and you're getting promoted quicker and faster because of that. Because of the position that your dad is in, or your mom, or whoever. So, and the rest of us just get to the rest of us have to try to earn it. And it's not even a matter of earning it. Sometimes it's most of the time it's a matter of just getting fucking lucky. And that's just the bottom line. So, and then you got to worry about keeping your spot, because if someone's kid comes along, or someone's family member, or some other person that they know or they owe a favor to comes in, you could be on the outs just as quickly as you were let in. To this whatever, just because someone else, you're taking up their spot, and I owe a favor to this guy, or it's his kid, or whoever, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And that's horseshit. But that's how it works.
It does. That's how it works. But yeah, the funny thing is, this had more to do with AKA BK, and then when we started going through these fucking names about who owned Makeout Music, it just led me down a rabbit hole of how people know each other. And I'm speculating about the relationship between Tim Chin and this guy, Jeffrey Bywater. My speculation being that the Marias were the two, was like the connection between them, the medium between them.
Yeah. The link
between them. And then eventually leading to me finding out by proxy that the Marias are industry plants. Like, what the fuck, dude?
That's crazy. Just going down that rabbit hole and fucking being able to put that together. You'll get that nowhere else.
Yeah.
You're only getting this on All Gas, No Trash. And if you want to sit there and say, oh, you guys are fucking sour grapes, you're fucking being petty, you're being this. No, we're not. I think it's information that, sure, I doubt they want this being put out there. I don't know if it could be a well-known secret. It could be a horribly kept secret. I don't know. We're not in the goddamn music industry, so we don't fucking know. But at the end of the day, it's something worth talking about and addressing the issues to say, hey, are these bands really as good as they are because they have this connection? Are we just being told that they're this good and maybe we're just like being led to believe that? And, you know, people are susceptible to being influenced, obviously.
Yeah.
So if enough people are saying it's good, then, we start to think it's good, even though it's maybe really not if we objectively look at it. Same thing with things that are bad. If you get enough people together to say things are bad, well, you can be convinced that it's bad, even though maybe it's not that bad, actually.
I have another example talking about whether something's good or not.
Mm-hmm.
And I think this person generally is good, but another person was trying to influence the outcome of the crowd's reaction. Kind of like the same way potentially the father of Josh Conway probably influenced people to make sure that this band doesn't fucking fit. Well, anyways,
yeah.
Well, we'll talk about it in the next episode, the AKA BK debut.
Man. Yeah, that's the next episode. You got anything more for this one, or?
No, this is it.
All right, cool. Well, anyways, yeah, stay tuned for the next episode. We're going to talk about Adam attending the AKA BK's first show live debut, man. Anyways, the historical night, a historical fucking night for not just AKA BK, but All Gas No Trash as well. So, anyways, go to Game Rage Magazine on Instagram, TikTok, YouTube. Game Rage Mag on Twitter. You can follow Adam at All Gas No Trash Official on Instagram, and you can check him out on YouTube. Also, go to Substack.com/at All Gas No Trash Official. All right, that'll be it. We'll catch you